What is going on, guys? Josh Love Talk here. Hope you guys are doing well. Some of you have been asking, Josh, why is it that I'm doing everything a woman should be doing? I am kind, I'm sweet, I'm nurturing, I'm giving sex, I'm submissive, I'm feminine, I'm fit, but I am still not getting treated the way I deserve. This man is still treating me like trash. Why is that? And that's what I'm going to answer in this video. The reason why he's not treating you the way you want, despite everything you're doing for him. Before I get into it, please subscribe, hit the bell so you know when I post my videos. What you need to understand when it comes to men is that men go through different phases, and how a man treats you depends on the phase that he is in. If a man is not in his commitment phase, it doesn't matter what you do, it does not matter who you are probably not going to get treated the way you deserve. That is, if you're looking for a serious relationship, if you're looking for something long term. If he is not in his commitment phase, you are not going to get the treatment you want. All that said, there are 5 phases we men go through, and I'm going to explain them to you. The first phase is the exploring phase. The exploring phase is where a guy wants to explore his options. So he's not ready for anything serious. He's not ready for commitment. He just wants to explore the options available to him. This does not mean that he doesn't like you or he doesn't find you attractive. It doesn't even mean that he won't be in a relationship with you, but he would always explore his options. And the sign that you are dating or in a relationship with someone in his exploring phase is that he would always tell you he's not ready for commitment. So if you're dating, he would say, let's go with the flow, let's see how this goes. But whilst doing that, he is still going to be showering you with attention and try to get you into bed. If you're in a relationship, he'll be talking to many other women. He will be in other people's DMs. That is a sign that the person you're talking to is not ready for a relationship. They are just exploring. If a relationship is what you're looking for, if commitment is what you're looking for, it doesn't matter what you do or who you are. This man is not going to change. I don't care if your cookie is built out of diamonds. I don't care how submissive or feminine you are. He is not going to change because he is in this phase. The second phase is the goal chasing or money chasing phase. When a man is chasing his goals, is chasing money or his purpose, he is tunnel visioned, right? You are not the priority. Now, I get that this is not necessarily a bad thing. At the end of the day, you want a guy that wants to make money. You want someone that's ambitious. But the downside to this is also that he doesn't really care or cater to what you need. So if for example, your love language is quality time, that doesn't bother him. He doesn't care about not spending time with you. He cares about achieving his goals and his purpose. And you have a decision to make. You have to decide for yourself that, is this what I want? Do I want somebody that wouldn't give me the attention I need? Do I want someone that cannot make time for me and I'm always having to ask for their time? You have to decide if that's what you want. But if you're dealing with a man in his goal chasing or money chasing phase, that's what you're going to get. You are not the priority. His priority is always his goals. It doesn't matter what you need. If an opportunity comes for him to get closer to his goals or for him to make money, he is going to run after that. Like I said, you have to determine if this is what works for you because it doesn't work for everybody. The third phase is the trauma phase. The trauma phase is a difficult one because for we men, we don't really talk about our traumas. We don't really talk about the pains we're dealing with because sometimes they're subconscious, sometimes we actually know them. But as men, we tend to suppress them with other things, like, for example, chasing money or chasing goals, other things that will make us feel better. So we don't really talk about our traumas. But if you are dealing with a guy in a trauma phase, you would notice that he is just rude. He's a narcissist. He's got this horrible behaviors that tends to come out, especially when he's angry, when he's upset about something. You see a different side to him. Okay, now it's difficult because he probably likes you, he cares about you, but because he is in this trauma phase, that takes over and that ruins the type of relationship that you guys have. And It could be from anything. It could be from his childhood, from his family. It could be from a pain he experienced with his ex. But he will be taking out this pain on you. So if you're in a relationship where the guy is always taking out his frustrations, his anger on you, it gets really angry, scary angry that you feel like, whoa, let me be careful. You are probably dealing with a guy in his trauma phase. And the thing about some women is that you see the good in people, and because of your nurturing nature, you see the greatness in him. You feel like this guy is amazing. Only if he can just stop this little part, and you want to help, you want to stick it a bit longer. But my advice is that don't, because you cannot help anybody that hasn't realized or willing to help themselves. So if you're dealing with a guy in their trauma phase, I'm not saying leave them. You can point them towards some help. You can be honest with them and say, hey, listen, this behavior for me is scary. I want you to do something about it. If they choose not to, then you have to exit the situation, because, I mean, it can get worse. A lot of things can happen when you're dealing with somebody in their trauma phase. You can lose your identity. You can lose your identity as a woman. You can lose your self-esteem. And extreme case, you get abused physically, okay, which can lead to death, as we all know, and that's happened before. So be careful, and if he is not interested in getting help, walk away from the situation. The fourth phase a man would go through is waiting for something better phase. This is an interesting one because this guy would actually spend time with you. He will talk to you. He will do the things, normal things you should do when you're dating or when you're in a relationship, but he doesn't want to commit to you. Okay? He likes you. He's not exploring, but he does not want to commit to you. So this happens when you're talking to somebody in a dating stage, you're talking to them, and you're just in this long talking stage, or you're dating exclusively. So it's just you, but there is no commitment, there's no progress to the situation. Or you're in a relationship, but there is no progress. He's doing the bare minimum. He doesn't want to give too much so you don't get carried away and think like, this is it, this is my husband. He is doing the bare minimum. He's not introducing you to his family after like 4 years of being in a relationship. You don't know his home, like his parents. He doesn't introduce you to anybody significant. But you're having a great time. In most cases, he is just waiting for something better to come along. You are not the person he wants, but you are available to fill in the space in the meantime. And that is the sign that you're dealing with it. And that's the sign that you're dealing with a waiting for something better type of guy. If you see this, what I would always say is ask the question. And I always encourage women to not just go with the flow. Don't just think, well, because the man is meant to lead, so I'm just going to follow. I'm just going to wait for him to do what is necessary. You have to ask the question. If you're in a dating phase and it's not progressive and you're dating exclusively, ask the question, I want a relationship. When is this going to move forward? Is this what we're doing? Now, if it says yes, then you have a decision to make. If you're in a relationship, you know you want to be married within 3 years, it's 4 years now, you haven't even met his parents, then ask the question, where is this going? I want to be married in X amount of time. Do you want the same thing? If both of you are not on the same page, then just let it go. There is no point just following the situation and hope that things get better, because you would end up wasting your time and end up being disappointed. The last phase is the commitment phase. This is the ideal phase. When a guy is in his commitment phase, he is ready to settle down. Okay, and this is the difference between the guy in his commitment phase and the guy in his waiting for something better phase. When a guy is in his commitment phase, he is ready to settle down with you. He knows that you are the right person for him. He is going to show that by canceling his exploring phase, right? He would balance chasing his goal, his dreams, with making you also a priority. He would make time for you. He would invest his time in you. He would also keep working on himself to make sure that he's a better man for you. And he will commit to you. And you will know this because the process from when you start talking to get into a relationship is seamless. He is not going to waste your time. He will let you know where you stand. And when you're in a relationship, if he's looking to get married to you, it wouldn't be too long. You wouldn't be in like a relationship for 10 years. He's going to make that happen. And more significantly, you would know where you stand all the way. He will communicate his feelings and he'll be transparent with you. You will know exactly where you stand. You will not be confused at any point. And this is where you give all those things I talked about in the beginning. You've been nice, been submissive, been feminine, giving sex, and all these amazing things you've been doing. This is where you invested. If a guy is not in his commitment phase, it will not yield the desired result. Something I also want you to understand is that people can change. All right. A guy can be in his exploring phase and decide to be committed. Okay. All these phases are exactly what it is, a phase. What you do not have control over is that you don't know how long a guy will be in their phase for. You have no control over that. Don't get into the mindset of, you know what, I can change him. You know what, I've got the tools to make him think different. If I show him the kind of woman I am, if I give him, if I give him this cookie, it's gonna blow his mind away. If I'm submissive, if I'm more feminine, it's gonna get him to change. And you cannot change anybody. If that's the phase it's in, that is where it's in. You have no control how long it's going to be in that phase for. And this has little or nothing to do with age. It doesn't matter how old he is, there is no guarantee he's going to change. So just bear that in mind. And hopefully, me saying all these things is making you realize why some people just treat you the way they do. It's just about the phase they're in. So you always have a decision to make. If you want to put up with it, that is your God-given right. You can do that. If you feel you deserve better, go ahead and look for somebody in their commitment phase. When you start talking to somebody you're into, the first thing you want to do is understand the phase they're in. Before you start investing, before you start doing all the feminine, submissive stuff and all these great things, all this quality you have as a woman, first make sure that they are in a place where they can accept what you have to give and they have something to give back. If he is not ready for commitment, you might not get the treatment you deserve. That's me for today, guys. Thanks for listening. As always, don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell, like, share, comment. Thanks. I'll catch you on the next one.